All right, today we're going to talk about what I think is Garth Ennis's greatest unheralded work, 303. .303 came out through Avatar Press. Avatar is known for basically having... to say they have no standards makes it sound like I'm putting them down. It's not that they don't have any standards, it's they have no restrictions. They have no restrictions on what their creators can do. They can do whatever they want. And I think that Garth Ennis was able to do some of his best work under the Avatar banner. The one book that I love was 303. 303 is basically the plot of a bunch of mercs from different nations like Russia, America, France, you name it. A bunch of mercs converging on this American plane that has crashed in the desert of Afghanistan. And on this plane is a black box containing all the information about the true reason that we got into the war in Afghanistan and the war in Iraq. And so all these mercs converge on one place, and then there's a huge American drone strike that just kills all the mercs off. And one guy survives. This guy, this Russian soldier, and with his 303 gun, he decides to go to America and take revenge on the person he knows is responsible for it. That's right, the Vice President of the United States. It's a great book. It's kind of amazing because Garth Ennis just has, I think, a real command of the English language, and his sort of like vignettes in describing the characters are, incredible. Like he says stuff like, and he cursed himself and praised his enemy. Astonishing to sacrifice a weapon, but brilliant misdirection, reeling them and the shooters hidden in the rocks above. You old and worn out fool, you should have seen it. And by force of will, he crushed the thought. They were in a kill zone. I mean, that's great writing. And I think Garth Ennis a lot of times doesn't get credit for being one of the best wordsmiths in comics. 303 is like, usually when people go, well, I want to read Garth Ennis, but what do I read? And people recommend like Preacher to them, but Preacher's like 10 volumes. Or they recommend Punisher to them, and Punisher's like 12 volumes. And I would just say that if you want to read just a slice of what Garth Ennis' writing is like, if you want just a piece short and sweet, 303 is the book for you. And I'm pretty sure it's still in print. It's funny, at Comics Pro once, I asked the publisher of 303, the publisher of Avatar, will you make a hardcover? He said, no, never. Well, I'm still asking you to make a hardcover because I collect hardcovers and I would love to have a hardcover. But anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Guys, please subscribe.